Beautiful soul, have you ever wanted to speak to angels? Do you believe angels can support you in your daily life? If this is you, go to my website homepage, theangelmedium.com, and sign up for my weekly angel message email. As a gift for signing up, I'm giving you access to free resources, including 31 healing meditations that, if you do daily, are going to help you hear your angels and your own intuition more clearly. Start using these today and you'll see changes in 31 days. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the presence of your angels as they fill you with love, joy, peace, bliss, and ease. And remember, your angels say the messages that resonate with you in today's episode are meant just for you. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius. Friends, today I have so many messages, downloads from Spirit coming through that I really want to share with you. And what I want to start by saying is that I'm in the process, as I am recording this audio recording, no video today, where I'm working on my second book. And there's just a natural process that happens when you're writing a book where we all get messages, we all get signs, but it's like these floodgates open when you're working on a project with Spirit, like a book, a course, or something of that matter. And these floodgates open from the other side. And it's just this massive wave of so many different things, downloads that they're giving you to bring through to everybody here. So that's what's happening. That's the energy that I'm here in July 11th, 2023, as I'm recording this. And the big download that was coming in today was this. There are so many people who we ask ourselves this question, and we should be asking ourselves this question every single day. What do I want? And this question, what do I want? Really, another way to ask it is, God, where are we at together in this process of walking life together? God, universe, source, what do you want of my life? But it's also going in within your heart, because what God wants for your life is going to be reflected to you like a mirror within your heart space. So when something comes up for you and you're like, oh my goodness, Julie, you know what I really want is that lake house, or what I really want is just some time to pause my life and spend some quality time with my child or my partner or my friends, or just spend some time resting and relaxing, or what I really need right now is just to be with Spirit. It could be anything that comes to you, but what God, Universe, Source wants you to know is that when you are asking this question, we're going to go deep into this today. What do I want? How am I co-creating with God, Universe, Source? What happens to a lot of people is we've almost gotten on autopilot where you say, what do I want? And immediately the egoic mind comes in with its own voice and goes, I don't know. And you're like, it totally shuts down the process of you communicating with God, Universe, Source, right? So we don't want to do that. And I know that you don't want to do that. So there's a couple messages in here. This is often applied when we're looking for a partner, at least when I was growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, where you would be like, how do I know? How do I know it's the right person? And people will always tell you the same thing. And I'm going to tell you this today. You'll know when you know. And I remember being in my late teens and 20s and thinking to myself, that is the most annoying answer I have ever heard. Because immediately after that, the question is, well, how do you know when you know? And everybody cannot describe this to you, right? They're just like, well, Julie, you'll know when you know. How? How do you know when you know? I don't know. You just know. This was coming up a lot when I was writing today because what Spirit said is that we don't just do this to ourselves when it's a partner that we're looking for. Really, we ask this question, what do I want? What do I want? We ask this question of every area of our life, of our partner. What do we want out of a partner? What do we want out of the home that we're going to live in? What do we want out of the career that we're going to, spend our lives purpose and mission working towards? What do we want out our family life to look like? What do we want? What do we want our alone time to look like? What books do we want to be reading? What do we want to be spending our time on? Who do we want to be spending our time with? And for a lot of people that I have worked with over the years and myself personally, the egoic mind comes up very, very quickly when you ask yourself this question. And it says, I don't know. And as soon as it says, I don't know, it's almost as if you've energetically hit this brick wall where your egoic mind isn't allowing you to go further. So the purpose and intent of today's episode is to really help you break through that wall and that barrier and to really help you see that your role, your responsibility, your mission in this life, if you choose to accept it, is truly to be following your path. I mean, what is your path? Through alignment, through being in resonance, when you know. So you could go within your heart and ask any single question of God, universe, source. What book should I be reading right now? I feel called to write a book, I feel called to read a book. God, what book should I be reading? And something's going to come to you, or you're going to peruse the aisles on Audible or the bookstore, and something is just going to pop up. The library. What comes up for you when it brings you that joy, that excitement, that elation, that curiosity, that it's an openness? When you really feel into the energy of that within your heart chakra, within your auric field, it's a very open, yummy, delicious energy. When you get a no, it feels restricted. You feel a ting within your heart. Something's not right. No, I can't put my finger on it. When you say, I can't put my finger on it, that's an indicator. Something's off. It might be, hey, this isn't for you right now. Maybe it's for you later. What Spirit really wants you to grasp today is patience. Because when you know that right answer, and you have to really tune in to the language of energy within your physical body that is speaking to you all the time. I will tell you that if you have a hard time listening to your physical body, then there's one of two things happening. We call that the pain body, the spiritual body. The spiritual body is an energetic outline of your body that lays energetically over your physical body. I believe it's what people refer to as the auric field as well, right? So within our spiritual body, we carry a lot of emotions, pains from the past, different traumas that we've gone through, heaviness that we're going through right now in our lives, worries, anxieties, our to-do list. We really store a lot within the spiritual body, and you can feel it when you're an energy healer. And what happens is for people who aren't hearing their physical body, there's oftentimes so much energy within the spiritual body, whether it's pain or you're just go, 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 and you're not tuning into your soul's energy. This is why it's so important and why I teach a course on oneness, why I have a book on oneness called The Angels and Awakening. It's the book teaching you oneness. There's also the third podcast episode of this podcast teaches you oneness and how to get into it. Oneness reconnects you to your soul self. And when you reconnect to your soul self, you're connecting to your own vibration. And when you're connecting to your own vibration, it is allowing you to vibrate your physical body, your auric field, your mental state at the highest vibration that is, which is God frequency. And when you do that, you are really shedding the layers of emotional pain, trauma, hurt, betrayal, to-dos, all of this stress that you're holding within your physical body and your auric field. So when you come into oneness and you really reconnect with your soul's energy and you hold that more and more and more in your everyday life, that's where you're able to vibrate at such a high frequency. You're constantly in tune with God, universe, source. And the book goes through how to get you to that point where you're really holding that energy more and more and more throughout your day. Friends, do you want to get daily guidance from your spirit team, but just don't know how to tune in? Or maybe you've been trying to hear your intuition, but you feel like you're not hearing anything back. Or maybe you're hearing something back, but you don't know if it's your spirit team or not. Let me teach you all of this and more in my brand new 4-week course called Be Your Own Angel Messenger. I'm running this class live September 18th. And if this resonates with you, it's because your angels are trying to teach you how to tune into this information so they can guide you more directly in your life and so that you'll feel more confident following your heart. It all begins September 18th. Be sure to check out the VIP ticket for smaller group lessons. Just a reminder that annual paying members get this course and the VIP ticket free as a perk. Become an annual member before September 17th and receive this course free as part of your annual paying angel membership. Find a link to more info in the show notes below. Now let's get back to the show. So let's say you've done that. Let's say you've gotten yourself to that point. What life looks like from that perspective is every day you're getting up, you're tuning into oneness, and then you're checking back in with yourself throughout the day. Where am I at? What do I need? What do I want? What does God want from me? And as you do, you're very, very clear in tune with the vibrations of your physical body. And from that point, you're very easily picking up on the subtle vibrations of God coming through. This is what we need for you. This is what you need for yourself. This is the next step for you in your path here on earth. And once you're able to really tune into that inner wisdom, you're able to connect with your intuition, then you're really hearing God, universe, source. You're hearing your angels. You're hearing your loved ones on the other side, your guides. And once you're hearing all that it is that they have to say, you're very much able to take action on those things. You're able to do what it is that they're calling to you. Now, here's where life gets really, really fun. When you start taking action on these whispers of your heart, on these feelings, receptors that you're getting within your physical body, then you start to be on your life's path. You're following your life plan, the life plan that your soul created before you even came to this place, right? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. When you're following that life plan, your life path, you start to feel something different shift within you. And I've really worked with spirit on this over the last couple of months. And I'm like, what is this? And I figured it out. They brought it to me. It's fulfillment. A lot of us, especially within the United States, because I don't live around the world, but I love to travel there. Within our society, we have created a notion, an agreement, a law with our egoic minds that a lot of times says, when I'm retired, when I'm 85, when I'm done really living my life to the fullest, then I will get to a point where I feel fulfilled. I feel fulfillment. But what Spirit says is that fulfillment is not a destination. You are not doing all of this work, going on this journey of life to get to one point and look back on all of it and go, you know what? I feel really fulfilled. I did it all. Fulfillment, true fulfillment, the angels say, is an emotion. Just like happiness is an emotion, sadness is an emotion, gratitude is an emotion. Fulfillment is an emotion. And when you go through this process that I just described, you return home to your soul's energy. You're feeling oneness more and more every day. You're in tune with your intuition. You're listening to your intuition. You're taking action on your intuition. You start to feel this new emotion within your life every single day. And it's not contentment. It's deeper than that. It's fulfillment. You can get to a point where you are living, where you feel fulfilled moments and moments out of every single day. Maybe you feel the strand just like joy sometimes is in the background of your everyday life. It's the same thing. You feel this fulfillment. And what does fulfillment feel like? You're full. You don't need to do one more thing. You don't need to see one more thing. You feel full. We want to. There are a million things I want to do in this life. There are a million places I want to go visit and do and see and people I want to enjoy. But I feel full to the brim. I feel like I am pouring over, radiating out this love that just pours through, and I'm following my life plan. I'm doing what God has asked. I'm taking action on all the new things that come in. And so within my being, I feel a sense of fulfillment radiating out in every direction. And that, my friends, is what your spirit team wants for you in your life. And they are walking you towards that, and they want you to reach that destination. And they said, okay, so a lot of people are asking right now, well, Julie, how do I get to that point? You start taking action on the callings of your heart. And it looks a little bit like this. When you ask yourself, what do I want? There are moments where you do not know. And it's not just your egoic mind coming in, but you really don't have a full, clear, yes, it's this. There's just kind of an in between place. And when you're in the in between place, there's two things that need to be happening. One is patience. Have patience for being in the in between. And I just am kind of recollecting that that is isn't the in between something from Stranger Things? I don't mean that in between. You're just in the in between of you don't know because you can't feel yet a clear indicator within your heart. Yes, I'm supposed to go this direction. When you don't have a clear indicator of which direction you're supposed to go, you are in what I call the realm of all possibilities. So, in the realm of all possibilities, that's what God Universe Source is. It's all that is. So, all possibilities are available to you. And when you're in that in between state, what you really have to do is some research. Be quiet with yourself, be patient with yourself, and truly know that when it is time for you to know, you will know. But ask God, Universe, Source, is there something I could be doing right now to lead me to this answer? Is there something that I could be researching? Is there a person that I could be talking to? And you will get direction. Go take that little bit of direction and run with it. Take action on it. Because a lot of times, friends, you're wanting your spirit team, your angels to bring something to you in your life. And they're like, yes, friend, we have got you. We're going to bring this through to you. But first, we need you to go through a series of steps to get to the thing that you want. First, you got to call and have a coffee date with this person. Then you got to go research this. Then we're going to bring this new thing in over here. And we're going to follow up with, you have to Google and research this next piece. Then you're going to get to this aha moment. I know what it is that I want to do. But so many of us, instead of having the patience, you know what? When it's time, God is just going to bring this in and I am going to know, like I know, this is the way that God wants me to go. Instead of having that, we feel panic, right? Have you ever felt this? Oh my God, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what I want. I don't know what direction I want to go. I need to know. And so then you make any random decision, and it's not from a place of authenticity. It's not from a place of alignment. It's not from a place of flow. You are just simply making a decision in order to have the process of making a decision be over so that you can move to this next phase. But you're not going to move to that next phase because what you just did was totally out of alignment with your soul self, with your energy, with God's plan for you, with your life plan. And so now you're going in a kind of roundabout way. You see what I'm saying here? Your only job in this life is to follow your heart, to follow that alignment that you feel within you, to follow that resonance, to follow what it is that God, Universe, Source is calling to you. And sometimes the question comes up, well, Julie, am I just being indecisive? When do you wait until you really, really know? When I say I know, like I know, it's because I'm so in tune with my own energy. I'm so in tune with oneness and God's frequency. I live in that vibration as much as I can every single day. And I have built up a muscle of confidence by taking action on my intuition. And when I first started taking this action on my intuition, I would do this thing where I would ask everybody else for their opinion. I'd call like 5 different people in a row, all different people, my mom, my aunt, my best friend, my life coach, all these different folks, until I heard the answer that I wanted to hear from someone. When you start living in an authentic way from alignment and co-creation with God, Universe, Source, you get to a point where you realize nobody else's opinion matters except for yours. Because when you are following your intuition, you are following God. And when you are following God and taking action upon that which calls to your heart from your intuition, you cannot be led astray. Are you still going to make mistakes? Yes. Are those mistakes going to be teaching moments that God can come through you, that can serve you later within your life? Absolutely. But those were your mistakes to make. And that was your life to live. And that was the path that you had to be on in order to get where you're going. So friends, what I want you to take away from today is know like you know, 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 like you know within yourself and every fiber of your being that when God, universe, source has something for you, and believe me, they do, they have a ton for you to do in this world, you will know what the next step is for you because you're asking, because you're in oneness and you can feel it. And friends, for those of you who are busy, and I know there's a lot of you, there's so many people out there who spend 1 minute in the morning in oneness, 1 minute in the evening in oneness, and that is all they need to connect back to their soul self. If that's you, that's perfect. When you are connected to your own energy and you're listening and you take action upon what God is showing you, there is no stopping you. There is no ceiling to which you can go. Sky is the limit for you. You can do anything and everything within this world, and God is going to take you beyond your wildest dreams. That, my friend, is the message today. That is what God, universe, source wants you to know. That is what God has your angels working with you on in your life right now as you're hearing this, even though it's probably months later after I've recorded this, it's for you. So if you're listening, I want you to take inventory of where you're at. Do you need to be checking in and getting into oneness every morning? Do you need to do a little bit of work on the pain within you to just release some things that you've been holding on to so that you can stay in oneness more? Do you need some time in the morning to be channeling what God is showing you? Have you been hearing what God, universe, source has been calling to you for a long time, but you haven't been taking action on it? Friends, your angels just whispered, that's why you're not where you want to be, because you just don't skip forward to that point. You have to walk through the steps. God is giving you a step right here, right now. And only you within your heart know what that step is. It's loving, it's positive, it's for you, it's to help you, it's to work through you, to serve in some way. That's going to be a part of it. Even if it's you serving yourself first so that you have the energy and capacity to serve others. Oh, friends, I am so excited for you because there is just so much that God is trying to work through you. So remember, the only thing you ever have to do in this world is not listen to me, is not listen to somebody else. Nobody is your guru. No priest, no nun, no president, no CEO, no coach. You have the answers within you. Listen, follow, take action. Friends, it's going to lead you to a life beyond your wildest dreams. I promise you. I love you so much, friends. I hope that you enjoyed today. I surely enjoyed being with you and just channeling through these messages. I love you. I love you. I love you. If you have angel stories, share them with me. If you're over on Instagram, I am putting up posts motivating you like this, inspiring you at Angel Podcast. So you can follow me over there on TikTok and everywhere on the socials at Angel Podcast. Love you so much, friends. Step into your power. You've got this. Beautiful soul, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Julie. You know I'm all about connecting you with messages from your angels and loved ones on the other side. If you've been listening today and you're super excited and just have to know which angels are around you right now, who's connecting with you, and what messages they have for you, go to theangelmedium.com. Register for a session. You can do a reading with me or a member of my team, and we can help you in making sure that your angels are doing the very best they can to support you and guide you to your best life. If this sounds like you, virtual sessions, they're only offered on my website. Sign up today. And if you're the person who's really excited, you can sign up for my Angel Reiki School to become a certified angel messenger. That's for the healers among us who feel called to grow their intuition to the max and serve humanity with their gifts. You'll learn Reiki, mediumship, how to deliver angel messages, and how to get clients. That's the Angel Reiki School at theangelmedium.com or DM me on Instagram at Angel Podcast with any questions. Before you go, connect with your angels by placing your hands on your heart. Take a deep breath. Imagine a doorway filled with God's unconditional love is right in front of you. Step into that love and feel it as it fills your body, chakras, and auric field. Now ask your angels, what would you have me know today? And open yourself to the positive, loving messages they have just for you.